Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So today we're back to talking about New York, another state just like California that just cannot catch a break. So since June of 2022, gun confiscation has increased in New York by tenfold. That is a massive increase over prior years, and it is about to get worse. So let's go ahead and talk about what just happened and how it's going to get worse and what you guys can expect. So let's get to it. This video is sponsored by Gunspot, absolutely one of the coolest websites that you guys will ever see. If you are into Second Amendment related hobbies and traditions, you need to check out Gunspot. Their auctions are incredible. Everything you need you will find there. They have pages like the War Room and the Academy and Battle Station, and in the Academy you will find all sorts of really useful information. It is honestly a one-stop place to visit, so check out Gunspot. You know how to find them. Okay, so let's go and talk about what's going on here. So over the past several years, New York has done everything in their power to expand on and increase the number of ERPOs, extreme risk protection orders, also known as red flag laws, against as many people as possible. Now, I say that these are illegal confiscations because there's no due process. I don't care if it goes before a judge. I don't care if somebody has to sign an affidavit. If the person who this is being enforced against, who's having their property taken away from them, has no clue that it's happening until somebody actually knocks on their door to relieve them of their privately owned property, then there's no due process. When the person has to go to court after the fact in order to prove that they're not what that person said they are, again, there's no due process, and to me that is illegal confiscation. And like I said before, it has increased tenfold in New York just over the last year. As a matter of fact, we're still seeing hundreds, several hundred people having their privately owned property removed from them because of these red flags in New York every single month. But that's not good enough for New York. So what does Kathy Hochul do? Well, she decides that she's going to sign a new law to open things up a little bit more.
Hochul today signed legislation removing a barrier to filling out an extreme risk protection order.
So what she did was she eliminated all of the fees that are associated with it. And the fees were actually kind of hefty. So what you would have to do in the past is you would have to go to the court or wherever you go to file that ERPO, and then you would fill out an affidavit, you would sign it, and then you would pay a fee, right? It's like a filing fee. That fee was $210, which sort of discouraged some people from going to do it because, $210 is a lot of money to some people, right? And so $210 is what they would have to pay over to the court, and then that would go before a judge. The judge would look over the affidavit and determine whether or not they were going to have that person's stuff removed, and most of the time it was. So, well, now Kathy Hochul's decided she's going to basically eliminate that $210 fee to encourage more people to go out and file these red flags or these ERPOs. Now, this just happened, and the whole premise behind this is to, again, increase the number of confiscations that New York is able to carry out. By eliminating one of those barriers that maybe some people had in their way, now there's no barriers at all. You can have law enforcement, you can have somebody from the school, you can have a medical professional, or anybody can now go in and fill out one of those affidavits without any barriers, no fees or anything to kind of, make them think about what they're doing before they do it. And they could just simply go in, fill out that affidavit, put it before a judge, and now somebody has their stuff confiscated from them. Again, in my opinion, without due process because they have no idea what's going on. So if you think that $350 or $380 per month or whatever it is per month is bad, now imagine what it's going to be now that it costs nothing. Now, we saw recently when there was additional funding added to the promotion of these confiscations, that confiscations started to increase more and more and more till we got to the point where it was 10 times more than last year. So now with this happening, all the increased, and there's literally advertising. If you have or somebody who you think might be a problem to themselves or others, then just go ahead and fill one of these out and we'll take care of it from there. They'll have to prove that they're not what you say they are afterwards. So you have this increase in advertising, and now you have the fact that it costs absolutely nothing. That number is going to double or triple, in my opinion. I think that number is going to skyrocket. And if you think about this in terms of months, right? Let's just say on average there's 400 people per month that lose their rights because of this in the state of New York. 400, that's 4,000 every 10 months, right? 4,800 people every single year. If you add that in the next 10 years, 48,000 people in the next 10 years, assuming that it doesn't increase at all because of this, could lose their rights and then have to prove their innocence after the fact in New York. So again, what they're doing is they're expanding and trying to increase the number of these that are being forced on the citizens. If they can't pass a law because it's unconstitutional, if they can't pass a law to simply take everybody's guns away, what they're going to do is they're just going to increase the number of red flags so that it's done in what they consider to be a legal way. And in the next 10 years, you'll see 48,000 plus people who've had their rights removed. And some of them will never get them back. I mean, that's just a fact. We've seen it in California where people, you find out afterwards that the person who filed it against you was maybe not telling the truth. And so when you went to defend yourself in court, it was proven that you're not a danger to yourself, right? So they decide that, okay, we're going to go ahead, we're going to drop that red flag on you. And guess what? They never get their stuff back. Or some people have been fighting for years and have never gotten their stuff back. And that's kind of what's going to happen here. The stuff is going to be held by law enforcement, and you may never see it again, even if it turns out that that person maybe wasn't telling the truth. So it's really unbelievable to me what's happening. They just can't get enough, and they will just keep coming for more. So, we have places like New York, California, Illinois, and so many others that will do everything that they can, and it bothers me a lot. So I wanted to make you guys aware of that. Just be aware, in New York, they're about to increase. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.